I mean, it's for me being a Kansas kid. It's the most exciting thing in the world. Being here, like I've said a long time ago. You're a fifth generation Kansas kid, and guys buy into what you're selling and sticking together and believing in where they're from. We get told everywhere you go, you're from Kansas. And it's not a bad thing. This is our brand. It's awesome. It's a special place with special people, and they're charismatic. They care. All those things, and if they stay together, I mean, they're a special group of guys.
The recruiting services think this is the best class you guys have had in forever. Do you think it's the best class you've assembled since you started here?
I think it's the best class for myself, yes. I don't know. I was talking on the podcast earlier today with John and them. I said, I don't know. I've had so many titles here. I feel like, this is since I think I took over recruiting maybe 10 years ago, and then probably strictly recruiting once Coach Kleiman got here. And this would be the best class I think I've been a part of.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I'm based it off like you said, like off of rankings. I mean, I guess that's what – I don't know. The rankings don't really matter because look what Felix and Deuce were probably ranked coming out of high school. But if you're going off of that, then this probably is the best class we've had.
Do you feel like you guys have really zeroed in on the type of kid you want for this system and in the locker room?
Yeah, I think definitely the culture is a huge part of what makes this all work. So many of these guys in this class and probably the previous class too comes from such great families. I mean, it all starts there too with how they were raised and the culture at home. And there's a lot of guys with unbelievable parents. I mean, terrific. I mean, me and my wife, every time you go out to dinner with somebody, you learn something new about them or something about you want to take over to your own household. And a lot of those people have that. And I think they've raised their kids that way. And when they come here, they understand, the structure, you want to work for it. It's not going to be given to you. And it's just a great thing to see and be a part of.
You coached with John Faber, so what's it mean to you to kind of sign his son now?
John's awesome. He's so smart. He's coached some great players like Dave Pollock, a bunch. He's at Georgia for, 10 years. And he would be working his sons out after camps here he would put them through the high school camps when they were like in 8th grade. And then after that, they would hit baseballs to him for like 2 hours. And we'd all be leaving, and John would still be out there coaching his kids. I mean, his son's going to put his face in the fan. He's a tough kid. Much like John, I would say he's pretty quiet, pretty reserved, but I mean, he's going to be a hard-working kid.
Where did Bring the Sauce come from?
I don't know. We just kind of thought of it, and I think it was kind of like the Legos. We've had some good last couple of years. We've had some good signing day stuff and a lot of fun, and we got creative people. And I think it's kind of a benefit having a small team. We all kind of throw our opinions and thoughts out there and put together something. I thought that's unique and cool, and no one has done yet. So you got to keep kind of stay ahead of the curve.
Which guy that you signed made you sweat the most a little bit in the final hours?
I mean, all my local guys, but I shouldn't say maybe sweat. I knew they were in, but, just making sure, took a little while to get Jordan's papers today. I had to text him, get up. That's all it was just wake up and get your papers signed. But no, it was a fun day. The surprises were awesome. We had some that I know the people out there didn't know they were coming, and they happened, and they fell our favor, and it was a good signing day.
How do you keep organized of everybody with eligibility left, like seniors, super seniors? How do you keep track of all that?
I wish Snapchat. I don't know. I really have broke down Excel sheet. I mean, it's like Coach said, it's a number game, and honestly, the most important recruit we have is the kids on our roster right now. Those are the most important guys, and knowing who we have, kind of who they are, and keeping them around, and just always massaging what might happen and what could happen. And yeah, the numbers are crazy because some guys have extra years because of COVID, some don't. And I think the 20 class or the 21 class really got the bad end of the whole deal because they never got to take an official visit. And then when they got here, all the guys ahead of them got an extra year. So, that's just something that we got to figure out all the way to the end.
Can you put into perspective, how much the current players actually help you in this process?
I think the current guys, because of the culture, like Fitz said, is so great around here that they want to win and they want the young guys, and they want to be a part of it. They want to know they're bringing in good guys to be with. Cooper BB, I mean, he wants good teammates to play with his brother. I mean, he appreciates the bond he has with guys right now, and I think he wants that to be carried on to the teams ahead of him and so on and so on. And this brand and the passion of the former players is really tight, and I think they all want to be a part of a winning thing, even if it's competition for them. So,
do you get feedback from those host guys and the current players that you're looking for?
Yep, we contact the hosts every I mean, when they're hosting guys, whoever they're around, we talk to. I mean, we make sure we're around everybody. And maybe it's not a player. Maybe it was somebody else they're around. Somebody else from Scott Troush to Mindy to True. They're around them a lot, and they got, hey, I really like this kid. Da, 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 da. I mean, we even got a text about Jordan Allen from a different high school, just about how competitive and how good of a teammate he was. And I said, hey, don't text me. Text the head coach that. I said, because it's awesome. But, I mean, hearing those things like that, then you know you're on the right guys.
So what's the key social media now?
The what?
What's the key social media now?
I mean, I'm all over Snapchat still. Snapchat's the best. It's fun. It's not as wild as Twitter. But I don't know. I'm glad hadn't got on. I'm no TikTok yet, so I'm glad I haven't got to go there. And
Be real.
I've been in some Be Reals, but I don't have the Be Real yet. So I guess I got to step up to the Be Real. Why you'll get Be Real before me? But no, it's the social media game's changing every year. It's kind of like everything else thrown at us, from COVID, super seniors to NIL to everything. We just got to keep fighting and doing the best we can to get the right kids here with the right mentality.